Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Have you missed me? Because I've missed you too. If you have not missed me, it's because you're not subscribed to the channel. It's a new year. Don't bring bad habits into 2022. Subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be doing 10 adjectives to grow your vocabulary, okay? The first adjective to grow your vocabulary is big. Big is Toby. Toby. And if you know someone called Toby, it's actually because the full form of their name is Oluwatobiloba, which is God is a big God. So Toby is big. Now if you want to say I have a big car, it's slightly different from saying the car is big. So the first thing you need to know about adjectives is when you're using an adjective, if you want to say the item is adjective, that's simple. You don't say is and you just use it literally. So for example, the car is big is okonye tobi. Okonye tobi. Okonye is that car. To be big. We don't say is. The door is big. Ilẹ̀kùn tobi. Ilẹ̀kùn tobi. The child is big. Ọmọ yẹn tobi. Ọmọ yẹn tobi. But if you want to say a big car, you have to put to between the item and the word big. Yeah? So you're not going to say Tobi Oko to say big car. No, you don't do that. It's going to be Oko to Tobi. Yeah? Oko is the car. To, that is Tobi big. You cannot say big car. You have to say the car that is big. Oko to Tobi. To is a contraction of T and O. Oko T-O Tobi. A car that is big. It's not optional. I'm not telling you what you can do. You have to. You cannot say Tobi Oko. No, that's not a thing. And you cannot say Oko Tobi. Would I know what you mean? Sure. Are you speaking Yoruba? Do you know what I mean? So Oko Totobi is a big car. Now there's also Nla. N-L-A. Nla. Nla also means big. And if you want to say a big dog, a big child, a big this, a big that, you can use Nla and that would be literal. So Omonla is a big child. Okonla is a big car. Turkey nla, if you're familiar with one they call, is a big turkey. So nla actually stops you needing to use the word to because you can use nla literally. So okototobi is the exact same thing as okonla, a big car. If it doesn't make sense, stay with me. We'll figure it out as we continue. Yeah. The second adjective is small. Small is kere. Kere. So the dog is small. Aja nye kere. Or aja no kere. The house is small. Or my house is small. Ile mi kere. Ile mi kere. Your house is small. Ile e kere. Ile e kere. Okay, so small is kere, but remember what we said. If you want to say a small house, we don't want to hear kere ile. That doesn't mean anything. You would have to say ile to kere. Ile to kere. So ile to kere is a small house, a house that is small. There is also kekere. Kekere. Kekere is the small version of unla. Kekere allows you to say a small house without using to. So basically, there's always two ways that you can say an adjective. If you're saying an item, a noun is adjective, you can use the common way. So tobi is common, kere is common. But if you're saying a big house, a small house, a something item, you have to use to. You're getting confused, just stay with me. As I'm explaining it, me too, I'm understanding that you might be getting confused, yeah? But basically you have the option to say ilé tó kéré, a small house, or you can just say ilé kékeré. Regardless, small is never coming first. You must always say house first. Ilé kékeré is a small house. Ilé tó kéré is a small house. Ilé yẹn kéré, that house is small. Okay? Just let's keep going. Don't lose hope. Okay? The third adjective is short. Short is kuru. Kuru. So if you want to say that man is short, ọkùnrin yẹn kúrú. Ọkùnrin yẹn kúrú. That man is short. Ọkùnrin yẹn kúrú. Yeah? Now if I want to say a short man, please tell me you already know where I'm going. Ọkùnrin tó kúrú. Yeah, you need to put to. So if you want to say a adjective noun, when the adjective comes before the noun, you must say noun to adjective. Noun to adjective. Say it with me, because what else are you gonna do? Noun to adjective. Yeah. So a small car, because the adjective comes before the noun, because car comes before small, because small comes before noun, you have to switch it. So you're going to say noun to adjective. So ọkùnrin is the noun, to, that is kúrú, short. Ọkùnrin tó kúrú, a short man. Okay. Now there's another word, kúkúrú, that you can use if the adjective comes before the noun. So if you want to say a short man, it can either be ọkùnrin tó kúrú, or it can be ọkùnrin kúkúrú. You would not say ọkùnrin yẹn kúkúrú to say the man is short. They're not interchangeable. Now I'm going fast. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you're like, Blessing, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no clue what you're talking about, that's okay. That's fine. You can either keep watching and hope that it makes sense later on as we go on, or send me an email and let's talk about it. If you understand this part, just bear with us, okay? So ọkùnrin kúkúrú is a short man. Ọkùnrin tó kúrú is a short man. Ọkùnrin yẹn kúrú is that man is short. The fourth adjective is tall. Tall is ga. Ga. So ọkùnrin yẹn ga, that man is tall. Obìnrin yẹn ga, that woman is tall. Obìnrin yẹn ga gan, that woman is very tall. Ọkùnrin yẹn ò ga, that man is not tall. So ga is tall. If you want to say a tall man, how would you say it? I'm going to let you comment it in the comment section before we continue. Let me see if you're keeping up. How would you say a tall man is coming tomorrow? Comment it. I don't know why you're looking at me, because by now you should be able to make those kind of simple sentences. How would you say a tall man is coming tomorrow? Okay, so ọkùnrin tó ga is a tall man. Ọkùnrin tó ga. Ilé tó ga is a tall house. Our fifth adjective is gùn. Gùn, which means long. Gùn. Orin yẹn gùn gan, that song is very long. Orin yẹn gùn gan, that song is very long. Ó ti gùn jù, it's too long. Ó ti gùn jù, it is too long. I've talked about how you say too in another video, so if you watch any of these previous videos, it goes over how to say to, gùn. So gùn is long. Ṣó ti gùn, ṣó gùn tó, is it long enough? Ṣó gùn tó, is it long enough? So gùn is long. Our sixth adjective is wide. Wide is fẹ̀. Fẹ̀. Not fẹ̀, which is want, but fẹ̀. So ilé yẹn fẹ̀ gan, that house is very wide. Ilé yẹn fẹ̀ gan, that house is very wide. Kò fẹ̀ tó, it is not wide enough. Kò fẹ̀ tó, it is not wide enough. Ó ti fẹ̀ jù, it is too wide. Ó ti fẹ̀ jù, it is too wide. So fẹ̀ is wide. Ṣé o lè fẹ́ ojú ẹ̀? Can you widen it? Yeah, so tó bá fẹ́ nǹkan, you're making it wider. Òun fẹ́. So fẹ́ is wide. The sixth adjective is pretty or beautiful, which is rẹwà. Rẹwà, pretty or beautiful. That woman is pretty. Obìnrin yẹn rẹwà. Obìnrin yẹn rẹwà. That house is beautiful. Ilé yẹn rẹwà. Ilé yẹn rẹwà. But a beautiful woman, obìnrin tó rẹwà. Obìnrin tó rẹwà. And a beautiful man, ọkùnrin tó rẹwà. Ọkùnrin tó rẹwà. Now, people often ask me, is there like a direct word for handsome? And there's no straight word for handsome in the way that there is for beautiful. So one, you could say a man is beautiful. Hey, maybe he is. Yeah. Or you can use two other phrases. You can say, oh, dá lọ́mọkùnrin. Dá lọ́mọkùnrin means to be good as a man, literally. But when you say that someone dá lọ́mọkùnrin, you're saying that they're good looking. So that might like include maybe their height, their stature, if you know they're like a strong, big, like typical male stature. Then you're saying they're handsome, but also he has all of the things that would make a man good looking. Yeah. And then another one that you could use if you want to say a man is handsome is you can say ọkùnrin yẹn dùn wò, which literally means the man is sweet to look at. But it's just a way of saying that the person is pretty, which of course can apply to women. But because women have rewa, which like I said before, men can also be ọkùnrin náà lè rẹwà, wọn náà lè rẹwà. And then there's also, you can use more general phrases like ó dá lọ́mọkùnrin and ó dùn wò, like he's good to look at. It's enjoyable when I look at him. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. The next adjective is heavy. Heavy is wúwo. Wúwo. So tí nǹkan bá wúwo, that means it is heavy. So ajá yẹn wúwo, that dog is heavy. Ajá yẹn wúwo, that dog is heavy. Oúnjẹ yẹn wúwo, that food is heavy. Oúnjẹ yẹn wúwo, that food is heavy. Àpẹrẹ yẹn wúwo, that basket is heavy. Àpẹrẹ yẹn wúwo, that basket is heavy. So wúwo is heavy. If you want to say a heavy basket, àpẹrẹ tó wúwo. Àpẹrẹ tó wúwo. A heavy dog, ajá tó wúwo. Ajá tó wúwo. A heavy head, I don't know why a head would be heavy. Orí tó wúwo. Orí tó wúwo. So wúwo is heavy and tó wúwo, that is heavy. Yeah. The eighth adjective is light. Light. Now we're talking about light in terms of weight. There are actually two words that could potentially mean light. There's fẹ́lẹ́ and there's fúyẹ́. Now if we're talking strictly in terms of how something weighs, we're going to go with fúyẹ́. So if you're trying to say that luggage is light, ẹrù yẹn fúyẹ́. Ẹrù yẹn fúyẹ́. That cat is light. Ológbò yẹn fúyẹ́. Ológbò yẹn fúyẹ́. That person is light. Ẹni yẹn fúyẹ́. So ẹrù tó fúyẹ́ is a light luggage. Adjective before the noun. Ẹrù, luggage. Tó, that is fúyẹ́, light. Ẹrù tó fúyẹ́. Yeah. So that is strictly light in terms of the weight of something, the opposite of wúwo. So tí ọmọ tiẹ̀ bá wúwo, if your child is heavy, ọmọ tèmi fẹ́lẹ́, ọmọ tèmi fúyẹ́, my child is light. Tí ọmọ tiẹ̀ bá wúwo, if your child is heavy, ọmọ tèmi fúyẹ́, my child is light. So wúwo and fúyẹ́ are antonyms. Is that the word? Opposites? You understand? And then fẹ́lẹ́ is light in terms of feel, texture. So you can have like amala. If you don't know what amala is, I really don't know what you're doing at this point in time in the game. But amala, you can describe the consistency as fẹ́lẹ́, amala to fẹ́lẹ́. You can describe like fabric as fẹ́lẹ́. So you can say, aṣọ yìí fẹ́lẹ́, òtútù mú mi. This top is light, it's not thick enough, I'm getting cold. So fele is about light when you're talking about like the substance of something, how thick or thin something is. So for example, like cloth would not be heavy. It can be heavy, it can be light in terms of weight, but it can also be light in terms of its thinness. It's not a thick material, so it lets you catch cold easily. So fele is more about how something feels. Fuye is more about how something weighs. Okay. Our ninth adjective is fat, which is sanra. Sanra. So sanra is fat. Yeah. So also sanra, he is fat, he is big. O sanra. Ko sanra, he's not fat, he's not big. Obìnrin tó sanra is a fat, chubby lady. Ọkùnrin tó sanra, a fat man. Now sanra can also be used with lára. So if someone says obìnrin tó lára, it doesn't necessarily mean that the lady is fat per se. It can just be like a big bodied lady or a thick lady. Now thick, big, large, fat, in Yoruba there's not always like a hard distinction. So sanra is definitely associated with being fat. Lara can just be that you have body, you have extra body, you're voluptuous, but you're not necessarily fat. And then there's lomi lara, which is more like being chubby. Literally means you have water in your body, but that's more like you're chubby. You know, lomi lara. You might not be fat, but you're getting there. Do you know what I mean? And like being big is not necessarily a bad thing in like Yoruba culture, because it's a sign of good living, like the bigger you are. So it's not necessarily an insult to say that someone lomi lara or kwenye lara because of one sanra. It's just like fat. So yeah, sanra is fat itself. Then there's lara, which could be like bordering, and there's lomi lara. All of them are talking about someone being like slightly bigger than a thin person, if that makes sense. And that is it, guys. I've tried to go as quick as possible. I hope I didn't lose you. If you made it this far, clap for yourself. You're a real one. What are you? A real one. Okay. And so I want you to comment down below. What words should you comment today? Ago. But let's keep it short and simple today. Ago. If you know what that means in Yoruba or in English, comment the emoji in English so I know that you know. And you know how we do. You're not new to this game. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. As usual, let me know what videos you'd like to see from me. Odabo.